What's up, everyone? It's your favorite neighborhood pirate wolf boy, SilverDFanng, saying, how's it going? Back with YouTube reactions, we got Teletubbies, The Sun Woke Up Fury by Alex Bale. It's just insane, and I loved it. Have fun. Okay. So, this is Alex Bale, Teletubbies, The Sun Woke Up Fury. I don't know what this is. This is going to probably be insane. Let's check it out. You know as much as I do, fool.
How will the world end? It's a question that's haunted humanity for as long as we can remember. Will it be from nuclear war, or AI taking over,
That one.
or some kind of disease wiping us
Nah, it's the robot one.
out? Now, there have been many different works of fiction that
Fallout,
explore all of these
Terminator,
different possibilities.
meh,
But what if I told you there is one piece of media out there that shows us a possibility that nobody has considered yet?
It just makes me think of Colin Mockery.
Inside of a
Oh,
children's
right.
educational
Yeah, I
TV
see
show.
that.
Teletubbies dares to ask a question that shows us the darkest, most horrifying fate for humanity. What if the sun was a baby?
I don't know what to think of this, I'll be honest. Not what I thought this was going. Jingle keys.
It's possible I went a little too far with this video. Teletubbies is essentially just jingly keys to distract
True.
babies. It's not like Blue's Clues or Magic School Bus where there is some semblance of a plot or conflict.
Correct.
Teletubbies is just kind of nothing. There is no substance to this show, which is understandable because it was made for literally one-year-old babies.
I've heard people talk about how much they enjoyed Teletubbies as a kid, and I'm like, how? Literally, it is the embodiment of nothing. It is just pastel colors and slow talking horror faces. There's like no substance. If this was like the only show you ever saw, maybe. But like, there was good young children education stuff around this time. I never understood why people have this fixation on Teletubbies.
I will now try and describe the plot of this show. Teletubbies are these
By the way, that's a 20-something woman inside the suit. Just wanted to put that out there. These are 20-something British actors, and this is a paycheck.
weird-looking alien baby things that live in a bunker in Teletubby land, and they just kind of walk around doing nothing until a creepy speaker slowly comes out of the ground and tells them what to do.
Yeah, there's a little bit of, like, Big Brother going on in here. You had cameras watching these four. You had, like, their food and their cleaning taken care of them by robots, and you had... you had speakers, like, just blast info at them. Yeah, wherever. This feels Orwellian. And they fart.
Bye-bye. Time for Tubby bye-bye.
And there is also this giant sun
Go to bed. Go to bed. It is now curfew.
baby thing that is constantly watching and laughing at them. And there is also a windmill that sends videos to their stomachs of just some random kids also kind of doing nothing for like 5 minutes.
Playing on the beach.
And it is so boring.
Drowning
and by far
in the
worst part
beach.
of this show. And then when they're finally done with it, they literally just watch the exact same video again. Because all this show is trying to do is just waste time distracting babies with jingly keys for as
This might have been the grandfather of YouTube slop content for kids. Just on the loop, repeating for views.
As long as humanly possible. And I have watched so much Teletubbies for this video, and I hate it. Also, there's a vacuum cleaner named Nunu that looks like he's constantly in pain.
That is true.
Nunu is my favorite character because I can relate to him. And look, I get it. This is a baby show, I am not the target audience, and hopefully neither are the people watching this video. There is clearly no actual lore or world building here for me to discuss. 9 years ago, I even made another parody video of dark, edgy Teletubby theories. Now why don't we watch a little bit of Teletubbies and see what
God, he's so
You see
young.
the show using overstimulating vibrant colors to mimic the psychedelic effects of LSD.
You know, that was just me making fun of losers who genuinely try to analyze this baby stuff. Anyways, here's my genuine analysis of Teletubbies. Despite everything I have just said, I do believe that there is a way to make sense of every weird random detail in this show. And it starts by asking a very simple question.
How high
Where
are you?
is Teletubby Land?
England! England!
Far away, Teletubbies come to play.
It looks like Earth with the nature and rabbits, but we never actually see any humans. For all we know, this could be some distant alien planet or magical alternate dimension. But we know Teletubbies do have some kind of connection to humanity. The weird speakers are constantly telling them to do human things, and they are constantly being sent videos of human children in the real world.
Hi, I'm Romy. Let's make some bagels.
And I feel like the intro at the start of every episode does imply that Teletubby Land is on Earth somewhere.
Over the hills and far away.
Over the hills and far away. They are telling us where the show takes place in relation to us, the viewer. And to get there, we need to go over the hills that are in our way, as opposed
Again, it's England. If you talk to anyone in London, far away is anything that's not London. This is just northern England.
to like going through space or a magical portal, meaning Teletubby Land is likely on Earth. But this doesn't make sense, because Teletubby Land has a weird sentient baby face son,
Who,
but in
by the
human
way,
videos,
is in
we
her
can see that they
30s
just
and is
have
also
regular
a
normal
mom.
son with no face. So if they're both
Gonna
supposed
let
to
that
be on
sink in.
Earth, then why is the sun different? Well, maybe it's not a question of where Teletubby Land is, but when. What if Teletubbies takes place on Earth in the future sometime after the normal sun somehow grew a baby face? And if that sounds far-fetched, then take a closer look at these human videos. Now, in most kids' educational shows, these types of segments are like Blue's Clues, where Steve gets sent mail from children who are fans of the show and say, "Hi Steve, I love Blue's Clues."
Look, it's a letter from our friends.
Hi, Steve. Let's go see my classroom.
But in all
Nah, I'm good.
485 episodes of both
Are you serious? There was 485 episodes of this slop? God, this really is Coco Melon grandfather.
both the original and 2015 revival of Teletubbies, not once do the children ever acknowledge the fact that these videos are being
Incoming
sent
at break.
to Teletubbies.
Hello, my name's Daniel. Hello, I'm Stephanie.
They never even say the word Teletubby, which feels like a very weird, deliberate choice. For all intents and purposes, these are just random videos of humanity that could have been made long before Teletubbies ever even existed. And this all gets a lot more interesting when we take a look at the most recent Netflix
that
Teletubbies
does make
reboot
sense.
from 2022.
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies.
I don't know why it makes me laugh. But comparing Teletubbies Run to Iron Chef just makes me smile.
Come to play.
Oh
This reboot
God,
makes
this
a
is
couple
even more
very
horrifying.
interesting changes to the show. One of them being to the human video segments.
I don't like how he jiggled.
Instead of just a couple random kids out in the world, these videos now take place inside of a single reoccurring location, with a woman named Julia who sings a song with a group of different children every episode.
$5 they did this because this took place in 2015 and the other one is 90s. $5 kids parents were not as open to show where their kids live, what they do, and and just like where people can find them because the internet is scary. This probably was made the choice of having it in a room where people can't find them is probably for security.
You are a rocket, a super fast
Superpowered Teletubbies? That'd be fun.
rocket, then run and touch a star.
And what's immediately different about these videos is that for the first time ever in the 27 years of this show airing, there actually is a direct acknowledgement of Teletubbies from a human being. Julia's shirt clearly shows the 4 Teletubby heads, meaning
You don't know that. That could also be dildos.
these videos in particular are not from the past. They are being made explicitly for Teletubbies to watch, and the humans in these videos exist at the same time as the show, which obviously begs the question, what does the sun look like for these humans?
Show us the sun!
Here's the strange thing about these new videos. We never get to see the sun. In fact, the kids in these videos never actually go outside, which is very strange when you compare that to the years worth of previous human videos that are almost always outside. There does seem to be windows, but unlike the windows we see in previous videos or even in Teletubby Land, these are weirdly opaque.
The problem with raising the audio too much is because I'm wearing headphones, it is really loud. It's hard to hear my own thoughts.
Never actually showing us the outside world. The best we get is this obviously fake depiction of the sky on the ceiling. For some reason, these videos feel completely cut off from the outside world. Where are these people? Hang on a second.
What am I adding the gain filter
What if
to?
Over the hills doesn't mean Teletubby Land is behind hills? What if Teletubby Land is
the
literally
hills?
over the hills, as in on top of them, and this room is...
So I've been watching Silo, so this is just... What if Silo... Like, what if the humans in Silo that are buried underground for, like, hundreds of years also were neighbors to freakish Teletubbies? The source, if you're still using desktop audio, stop, just don't.
somewhere deep underground, completely cut off from the outside world. And if that seems too far-fetched, remember where the speakers come from.
I mean, yeah, this could be Silo.
Time for Tubby bye-bye. Time for Tubby bye-bye.
They come from underground. The speakers with a human adult voice telling the Teletubbies what to do come from the same place where an adult woman wearing a Teletubby uniform makes videos. In the future world of Teletubbies, humanity lives underground. But why?
Radiation.
Well, once again, I think this all has to do with the sun.
Us humans can't handle baby sons. Oh no! The sun went woke! No!
Imagine a world where everything is normal. You go to work, walk your dog, watch YouTube videos, but then, one day,
No, that doesn't sound
suddenly,
normal.
without any warning or explanation, the sun wakes up. You realize that the giant ball of gas in the sky that gave humanity life was actually a cosmic sentient being all along. But it's not some unknowable Lovecraftian Cthulhu entity. It's just a baby. Okay, that's disturbing, but so what? Well, Our sun is already extremely volatile, constantly exploding and erupting with unstable solar flares that can release dangerous radiation towards Earth. Scientists even believe that we could be hit with a solar superstorm one day that could be devastating to human infrastructure. Now, imagine if all of that power was given to an unpredictable, moody baby. A baby that we know is very interested in watching and reacting to the denizens of Earth. In fact, we could even...
You please me, mortal. You can live another day.
See that when the baby sun gets a little too excited, the brightness of the sun suddenly increases. So when this baby first wakes up and opens its eyes and looks down at the people of Earth, what
look atop me, mortals, and stare at your god. I give you life and I can take it away.
would it see? That baby would immediately throw a massive tantrum. So if humanity went underground after this baby showed up, then I think it's because this baby had some kind of catastrophic effect on the Earth, making the surface completely uninhabitable for humans. And if you don't believe me yet, remember those drawings of a smiling sun we kept seeing in the new videos? Well, there actually is just a single episode of the reboot that shows a drawing of a sun without a face. But what's interesting is that it also shows people and a car and maybe even a police officer below the sun. Unlike the drawings with the smiling sun that only ever show grass and flowers and no signs of humanity, just like Teletubby Land.
Okay, he knows as well as I do, and most people with, you know, critical thinking, so sorry Gen Z and Gen Alpha. No, kids just, when we draw suns, we sometimes give them a human face just to give more character. It's just something we do as kids. Also, he doesn't describe how that police officer is just standing on top of the car. Kids sometimes just draw things they know, but it doesn't give them, like, reality, like, oh, the sun doesn't have a face. Whatever, mine does. Oh, you don't stand on a car? Well, I do. Kids just draw what they want to draw, no matter if it makes sense.
These drawings are telling us that when the smiling baby sun came out, humanity disappeared. Yes,
I do love the fun of ridiculousness.
Is set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity was forced underground because the baby sun woke up. But then, what exactly are these weird creatures we see on the surface? Well, even if humanity could survive underground forever, the sentient baby sun is still up there. If they're ever going to reclaim the surface world, or even just prevent an even bigger world-destroying tantrum, they need to address this problem. So, how do you appease an unpredictable, moody baby with unlimited power?
Jiggly keys!
You jingle keys in front of them. The humans
We created the Teletubbies to entertain a sun baby. I really hope that the creators, actually, this was in their mind. It's like, so this is a post-apocalyptic story, but none of that matters because we are just jingly keys for a baby son. How much cocaine have you taken today, Christopher? All the cocaine.
Created Teletubbies, 4 creatures that could withstand the dangers of the sun, and sent them to the uninhabitable surface to keep the baby sun entertained and calm for as long as possible. Teletubbies literally is jingly keys for a baby.
No, 100%. This is literally just the product of a couple of people getting high and watching Teletubbies. 100%.
Starts and ends with this baby. They are constantly cutting back to the sun's reaction every time the Teletubbies do something. Because the sun is the intended audience.
No, I want to think more of that. It's like a C tier weed font. So it's just a common weed font. The thing that the baby, that the sun is a living creature and we are just its entertainment. Oh, I would play the hell out of Galactus Sun Baby. Mortals! Entertain me and change my diaper. I am feeling wet and itchy. I need num-nums.
For this show. It's why everything the Teletubbies do is so heavily controlled by unseen humans.
Poe showed Lala the tutor.
Shalala. Shalala.
This dumb baby show is actually a very high stakes
I gotta go back.
operation.
It puts the lotion in the basket. Lala, take the lotion in the basket.
This dumb baby show is actually a very high stakes operation.
Someone asked me if I read for Audible in another chat, so I left.
Still don't believe me? Then let me ask you this. What are Teletubbies? They're weird, big baby things that seem to have technology integrated into their bodies. But let's ask the creators of this show, what was the initial idea behind
Cocaine!
Teletubbies?
We decided we'd go to the Smithsonian and we saw the actual spacesuits of men who not that long ago walked on the moon. You know, isn't it amazing? There's all this technology and you look at them and they just look like babies with nappies on toddling about.
And they were basically NASA spacemen. They were very easily surprised by things and fell over all the time, and when they were worried about things, they hugged each other.
They were based on astronauts, aka people sent by humanity in technological suits designed to withstand inhospitable environments.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Once you compare moon landing footage to Teletubbies, you can never unsee it.
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come to play.
Tinky Winky,
Winky, winky.
Dipsy.
I like, you know what? I like thinking of Buzz Aldrin as a eternal four-year-old that doesn't know how to walk or is just excited by, like, random shit.
La la. Poe.
Okay, this whole video was worth it just to make fun of the original astronauts and make them look like Teletubbies.
And this is only the tip of the iceberg. Once you start viewing the show through this lens, everything that once seemed like weird, pointless nonsense suddenly takes on a whole new meaning. The Teletubbies live in a bunker-type structure beneath a hill, a shelter designed specifically to survive a harsh environment. The Teletubbies are surrounded by advanced technology that obviously these dumb baby creatures didn't make.
God.
The technology was made by humans to take care of and control.
What was the point of that?
The windmill obviously functions as some kind of signal tower to receive videos from the underground humans. But it also works as a form of renewable energy in this world without any functioning human infrastructure. Teletubby Land itself is covered in plants, the only form of life that would be able to adapt and thrive in harsh sunlight. The Teletubby shelter has been completely covered in grass, and we see flowers suddenly popping up all the time.
It was a really big flower.
Ugh. It was a really ugly
Clearly, plants are
CGI
thriving
flower.
in this new sun baby world. Okay, but what about the rabbits? Why are they the only animal we see on the surface?
Baby, some lord loves bunnies. Bunnies must live.
It's not like rabbits are especially resilient to sunlight. Well, what are rabbits known for? Firstly, they are extremely fast breeders. They would be the
They love
perfect
to
species
fuck.
to send to the surface to quickly repopulate the Earth's ecosystem. In fact, they are such fast breeders that apparently the crew filming the show kept having to pause the shoot because the rabbits kept having sex in the background.
Okay, I love that. That's awesome.
And secondly, rabbits are also commonly used by humans for laboratory testing
That's
and
horrifying.
genetic modification. So maybe, much like the Teletubbies, these rabbits were genetically modified by humans to survive the surface world.
Ooh,
this
nice.
theory wraps up a lot of loose ends about the original show. But once again, the 2022 Netflix Teletubbies reboot has some very interesting differences. And this is where things get a little more disturbing.
Oh my god, no. No. They
The
propagated.
new Teletubbies reboot has 3 very interesting changes. First, as I've already explained, the human videos are now with Julia in a post-Teletubby world. They no longer just show old random videos of humanity. Suddenly, everything is now custom-made for the Teletubbies. Second, there are now Teletubbies in the
Nope. 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 Just nope. 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 Nah. Nope. It's fucking Coco Melon. I hate these abominations with a passion.
bunker.
Oh my god, there's way too many of them. Oh my god, I hate this. Oh, this is a horror show.
These horrifying CGI monstrosities are new baby Teletubbies that just exist now with no explanation. And finally, the strangest change of all. Every episode, the baby son has a completely new face.
I hate this.
Why? What does this mean? All of these changes are so sudden and random, and none of them really fit into my theory. You guys don't understand. I have watched hours and hours of this extremely boring baby show to try and make sense of this, and I almost gave up. But then, I finally found a single episode of Teletubbies that changed my entire view of this universe. Episode 56 of the 2015 revival called Twinkle Twinkle. In this single episode, for the first and only time in the over 500 episodes of Teletubby canon, it becomes night, and we watch the Teletubbies leave their bunker and look up at the night sky.
Tinky Winky saw a star.
Tinky Winky star!
The star was making music.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Be gone, mortal! I star lady!
How I wonder what you are.
Tinky Winky discovers a star that is singing to him, and for me, this implies 3 things. First, there are other sentient stars out there. It's not just our sun. For all we know, all stars in this universe could actually be sentient. And second, the star has an adult voice. So this is likely what our baby son will one day grow into. And finally, the most
A mediocre British singer? Damn, sorry, baby.
unsettling implication here is that other stars have begun to notice the Teletubbies. And suddenly, the 2022 reboot makes a lot more sense. Humanity's plan to use Teletubbies to entertain the cosmic horror baby son worked. But it worked a little too well, because now they've started attracting other baby sons.
No!
This is a whole new problem for humanity, and for
We're so entertaining to 2-year-olds. No! Oh no, all the baby sons!
Teletubbies is not enough to appease all of these sun babies, which is why they've suddenly begun to create more. Suddenly, just watching old videos of humanity isn't enough. The humans below the Earth have to custom make higher quality videos with more children to keep
Higher quality is debatable.
the babies entertained. Humans are so desperate to meet the demands of all of these new sun babies that they are willing to do anything to appease them.
Just wait till you hear me say the words blast off, then run and touch a star.
Wait a second. Why would they be teaching children to touch the stars?
Then run and touch a star.
Wouldn't that be like the last thing they'd want to tell children to do? The whole reason they're down here is because of how dangerous stars are, right?
Praise be our baby lords, baby lord. Do do do, baby lord, do do do. Fuck me.
Right? Unless they're preparing these children to go to the surface? Wait, are these kids the Teletubbies? Is this where Teletubbies come from? They've been human children the whole time? No! So yeah, that is my theory. Teletubbies is actually a post-apocalypse where humans live underground and are turning children into Teletubbies and sending them to the surface to entertain giant sun baby gods. Is that good? Is that what you wanted? Did I appease you, Mr. YouTube algorithm? Okay, I'm just gonna take that as a yes. Goodbye! Bye!
One day I'll learn how to please YouTube sun god. Huh.
Bye!
So... No, it's all bullshit. He knows it's bullshit, but it's a fun video and I like it. Some of it seems cool, but no, it's all bullshit. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. Check me out on Twitch, SilverDFanng, 2 N's in Fang. Check me out on Twitter and Blue Sky under the same name. Also TikTok. Have a great night.